Okay, Gemini, jumping right into your money reading. Let's see. I have no idea where I'm at right now as far as like all these readings that I did. I think I just did Taurus, love and money. Okay, I did Gemini love, so now I'm doing Gemini money. Guys, as always, you know my spiel, website link below, all my contact information. If you want a one-on-one reading, $2 a minute. We could do it over text, video, email, phone, IM, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Like, share, follow, subscribe, leave a comment below. It helps the channel. I appreciate your viewership. We are nearly halfway to our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we are an eighth away from our goal for 4,000 watched hours. So if you've just been playing my videos in the background on repeat, I appreciate you. If you've been sitting through patiently all the content, I appreciate you. Leave a comment, let me know what you would like to see more on this channel. Love to you guys. Okay, so let's see messages, spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages in regards to money for Gemini. In regards to money for Gemini. Okay, falling out energy, Six of Cups in reverse. Maybe something that you thought was your soul path, you know, destined to be at a certain job, you know, coming out of that. Okay, happiness, much more happier coming out of this. You've outgrown this connection. This connection with money. Even maybe how you budget or organize money is what I'm getting, since Venus is in Virgo. Maybe if you're like me, where you have too much of a stranglehold on your I know it sounds crazy and funny, but maybe you have too much of a stranglehold on your budgeting or the money that's coming in, to the point where it's like taking the fun out of the process maybe. So something interesting to note when you come out of that method. This could even be a level that you're leaving here, like a certain level at which you're operating. And you're going to be much more freer here. This is a card of freedom, the infant self, the happy infant self, going with the flow, being free of the ego self that we talked about in the love reading for Gemini. The ego self represented by the swords piercing into the heart in the Three of Swords that came out. This is the essence of us right now, before our conditioning, before our religious or cultural conditioning, but this is always there. We just got to get back to this. Chances are when we get back to this is fifth house Leo in general. This is romance, play, witticisms. This is childlike spirit, wonder, awe, drama, fun, knowing that the great electron has your back, the great universe quantumly and literally has your back. This is freedom here. Look at this beautiful child, infant, freed up nature, returning to the innocence of self that always exists in being present. Okay, letting go all that old stuff that no longer serves us. It was leading nowhere anyways, but it might take to your 30s to realize it, like me. But if you're lucky, maybe you'll get on that bandwagon sooner. The Tower card in the upright, but everyone's on their journey. Not to say that one is better than the other. The Tower card of the upright, Gemini money. This is a sudden uproot. Mars, Scorpio energy, Aries energy, a sudden divine intervention here. Destroying the ego self here. The lightning, divine intervention, knocking the crown of the ego. It leaves you with the resources that you need to rebuild something that's more proper and suitable to your spiritual alignment. Very cool. Very cool. That lightning bolt is going to kind of redirect you on your path. Grace and guidance is not going to let you fall off of your path. Better believe the work card came out here. Skills, craftsmanship. Eights are about new beginnings and abundance. This is about an incomplete cycle, so maybe going back and working on something that you didn't finish, Gemini. But in any event, you being brought to the level at which you need to be. Again, money. So this is, some people read these characters as the same as these characters, only at infancy. So this is a falling out and then a literal falling out of the Tower. But what you're left with is where you want to be. Satisfaction, content, happiness. Maybe, free to work at your leisure. Okay? What's the incomplete cycle? Typically, that's what the world card in reverse is. An incomplete cycle. Some read it as an incomplete lesson. But again, lessons are for the mind. Okay? We're beyond the mind now. We're back into our being. We're back into the expression of who we are and what we do. And allowing for those higher frequencies. Let's see what's come out. Okay, Empress in reverse. Something's giving birth here. Very interesting iconography here. Okay, the naked baby, freedom. The naked adult, freedom in a sense. The clothed woman, who's the Empress, pregnant with maybe the naked baby. So maybe there's childbirth involved as well. Maybe you help bring children into the world. Empress is pregnant, mother of the tarot, giving birth to something new, something auspicious, a good omen. Okay, it takes time. This is my going through labor card, so it could be a metaphor for even the labor of the work that you put in. Gemini, money, spirit of love, light, gratitude. Messages for Gemini, money here. Yeah, ending a cycle, putting down burdens. Maybe you had too many irons in the fire. Maybe you're spinning too many plates. Okay, it was no longer working for you. It was no longer moving forward for you. So you're having the internal strength and discipline possibly to maybe have that falling out and maybe go solo here. You go from images of multiple people to images of, the single person that's happier. The way I was kind of laying these cards on my laptop was, you have the Six of Cups, the Tower moment, the Sun card in the middle, and then under the Sun card was the Eight of Pentacles. So this is like happier working alone, essentially. And I suppose it's that emphasis of when you have happiness and fun and freedom in your work, if you could start to move towards that, then obviously that'll be very auspicious for your money. Anything else in regards to money, Spirit? Anything else in regards to money? Second and third chances with the Judgment card in the upright. So much interesting iconography. These people are unclothed. This is like, a returning to the self, or returning to this, essentially. See? It's like you're taking off the clothes of personhood, which was limiting to you. It was actually limiting to your money. Likewise here, the Empress. You could say that this is the Empress without clothes. So much interesting iconography here of the unclothed self, Representing, where you're at when your talents are baseline, bottom line, and it's not based on persona or things of this nature, but it's really kind of based on like where you're vibing at. That's how they say that, Bob Proctor says that it's in the consciousness. It's not in out there. It's in here, meaning that if you could take a rich man and take away all his money, chances are that he would be able to make that same money back, or at least, millions back, because of his consciousness, because of, yes, his expertise, but the spirit behind that, the level, some say of what they think they're deserving of. And not to say that that's, the end all be all, because at the end of the day, money is just money, but interesting to note, what the egoic restrictions may have. Sometimes the conditioning is so that, we're conditioned to feel not worthy. And if we could just remove those limitations, then we could get back to baseline of being our own kind of highest expression, which is just when everything is removed. It doesn't mean that we have to add something of an egoic nature or a narrative. It's just, if you could just, like that new Space Jam movie, if you could just let me be me, if you could let yourself be yourself, then maybe you could get to where you're going, money-wise, is what I'm getting here. Okay, anything else? Yeah, following your heart. Okay, following that single attention pointed mindedness that we spoke about, going with the flow of that. Okay, talked a lot about that with the second house Taurus reading. Okay, guys, so yeah, Page of Wands is like a lost wanderer, lost traveler, but again, your direction, your compass is in your heart. Okay, so where you're at is where you need to be. There's always a next step right where you're at. Okay, just flow with that and vibe with it. Yeah, so that's, I mean, I could go on and on, guys, you know me, but I guess the last thing I was going to say is that, like, you know, at times, even when you do get in your head a little bit too much, an interesting way to help yourself get out of your head is to put your attention on your heart space. And, you know, with the Page of Wands in reverse, that's what that card calls for, is for you to follow your heart. So if you put your attention on your heart space, that's a way to get present. When you get present, then you can start to follow your attention and your awareness as to what the next step of something that you have to do is. Okay, but again, not necessarily conceptualizing the work as work, right? Because then that's when we're burdened and bogged down, you know, Ten of Wands energy, but more so just doing and not conceptualizing, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's Gemini money. Very cool that the Empress came out. You know, if we're putting it in old school terms, it's saying that something's being born, something big is being born, but don't put off your happiness till then, you know, because that's you pushing it away. When you kind of vibe as if, you know, you're good, you're free. Ultimately, that's what money gives you the sense of, is that freedom. And that is, you know, kind of embodied by presence. Okay, it's not embodied by, you know, sitting on a beachside and then I'll be at peace. No, that quality is within you if you allow it. Okay, by removing the narrative. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys, and going with the flow. Reach out for one-on-one reading, all that good stuff. Love, light to you. Peace, Gemini.